Are you a 3000 GT fan? Do you have one? Um, I never really had one. I was gonna have one, but things happened that made me not have one. But I made this account back when I was like really young, and I liked 3000 GTs back then. Yeah. What happened was my brother got one. My brother got a used one. We both my brother and I got a 94 used 3K GT. It's like a graduation present type thing from our parents. But my brother actually got one. However, mine, it was actually my dad's car. He bought my dad bought it and he used it until I was gonna graduate. And what happened was one day there was the city ordinance like sent out a cement truck to come fucking fill in the cement in our neighborhood. And the cement truck kind of like steamrolled the one that was supposed to be like my dad's car basically. And it totaled the car. And my parents called the police and filed a report on it. But ultimately what it came down to was like the cement truck company, they completely denied everything. They're like, no, that wasn't us, what the fuck? And it came down to if we didn't physically have proof of seeing it happen, we couldn't do anything about it. My parents were considering hiring a lawyer, but they decided to say fuck it. They just ate their loss. So I never got that car. I never got it. I never got to drive that car. I can laugh about it now because it sucked balls back then. I was pretty sad back then. I was like, "Aw, are you serious?" But now I can laugh about it. I don't really care anymore. The reason why my parents were blaming the cement truck company is because there were the terminology they used was there were lug nut marks, which is what the cement truck wheels have. The cement truck wheels are huge, and they have these lug nuts in the tires, and the lug nuts made a mark across the entire side of the back of the car, and the entire back end was smashed. So you'd have to have a vehicle that's quite large to perform that kind of power in smashing something. And then yeah, the markings on the car were all the way up the side and totaled the whole back end. It like bent the fucking chassis of the car. It literally totaled the car. And then they said they were gonna come fill out the concrete that day, and they never did it. So what we think happened was they showed up, they totaled the car, and didn't realize that it happened while it happened, and they were like, oh fuck, we just totaled that car, let's just leave. So they just bailed as soon as they realized what they did.
I am the void.
And my parents took pictures of the car and stuff like right after it happened, and that was their proof.
I am here.
But the officer that they were talking to was like, well, if you didn't physically see it happen, or I don't have any visual proof of it happening in the moment, I can't do anything for you. My parents were really pissed off, and they were really considering hiring a lawyer. But yeah, like I said, they never actually did that. They thought about it for a while, then just went, no, fuck it. It's gonna cost more money to hire a lawyer now. We're just gonna cut our losses. That was their final decision.
Engaging the enemy. I will.
Okay, this is gonna be a timing, guys. This is gonna be a weird all-in. This guy has... oh, it's PTs. Hey, we got detection, though.
I am here in the shadows.
Okay, so this guy went for like the fastest DTs ever,
State thy bidding.
and it failed. So now he's in a really hard spot.
I am here in the shadows. I am here.
I'm gonna make one more sentry and I'm gonna scout his base again. I wanna see if he's gonna expand or if he's just gonna all in me a second time.
I return to serve.
Maybe he gets a robo now and goes for like a prism DT. Or something weird like that. But I do know 100% I'm ahead in economy. Even though I pulled probes there and I lost like 6 probes to the DTs smacking them, I needed to do that because if I lost my army there, I'd lose the game anyways. But I know I'm ahead in workers, without a doubt. Because I expanded and he went for a DT rush.
The skies. I am here in the shadows. I am here in the shadows. I return to Where? Anan Porkal.
So he's going for charge lot Archon now. This is just like the Protoss way to play, man. Everyone goes charge lot Archon. Let's get ready for a timing again. Another timing is going to hit me soon. And it's going to be a lot of charge lots and Archons. So we're doing the same thing, but I'm doing it off of a better economy. And I should have a bigger army over time. Yo, snipers! CCA! Happy holidays, bro. Okay, he's moving out right now. We're gonna start a third base and we're gonna get attacked probably like right now. He should be moving out to my base like right now. That zealot moving out like that, it's a sign. Where are you? There he is.
We mineral field. My life for hire. It is mineral field depleted. Castle data blocked.
Shield batteries just owned as well. Really well. They did great. Yeah, we have too much now. We can overpower him and push him back. GG! So we pushed him back. Ultimately. At the end of the game, we pushed him back. I just tilted all my games down from my promo to diamond. I'm done. Sorry. That's a very tilted way to say something. Sounds like you're tilted. Just gotta relax, chill out, take a breather. It's at times like that when you say you're done. We ultimately know, and you know yourself deep down, you're not done forever. But you might be done right this second, and you're just done for the rest of the day, or like at least an hour or some shit. However, depending on each person, everyone's different. But yeah, take a break. It's never a bad idea to take a break, because it is a video game and it's supposed to be fun. So if a game is actually pissing you off, you know that it means that you're competitive and you want to win, and you're not getting what you want right now, so it's fucking annoying you. It's fucking annoying you. I like, yo, Nish, I got you, man. Just chill out for a little bit. Come hang out. We got this. The war chest is only buildings, right? I think so. I believe so. I'll set my war chest up tomorrow, I think, or later tonight. Oh. Ah.
Your probes are under attack.
Okay, he took a third base. He took a third base. I'll go for the Oracle build this game, guys. He's already getting speed and he's still mining gas full on. It's a sign of aggression. That's a sign he wants to fucking fight, dude.
The firstborn shall persevere. We serve with pride, glory. Let we serve combat a win.
Okay. Get my adepts up. I don't know why they're rotating so hard over there with positioning.
Glorious combat is upon us. Let none deter us. It shall be done.
Oracle perceiving. The threads of fate lie beneath.
Research complete.
Let your will be. Where shall we?
Let us begin. How can I aid you? Harmonized. It is destiny. I see. Our fates are one. Extrapolating strings.
I am here in the shadows.
The stars and
I am the voice.
We got another bad boy coming out. Another Oracle.
perceiving.
Group them up.
Our fates are one. We meet our fate. Harmonized.
Oh shit, that was scary. That was a waste, kinda.
Let us begin. The threads of our window.
Kill the queen! Kill two queens. Oh shit, yeah.
Extrapolating strings. An errant marshal. Let us begin. Extrapolating strings. The stars align.
Okay, we just killed a lot of drones right there.
Time for battle.
Okay, so now what we're doing is we're going into stalkers for the time being. I am scouting with the depths, or with a phoenix. Sorry. I want to know if this guy's a lair and spire.
On the wings of justice.
Looks like he's going hydras. It looks like he's going hydras.
You seek guidance?
We can take another base.
Mineral field depleted. Upgrade complete.
The enemy has discovered us.
Cassant de Templar. My life for hire. We are focused.
An omen.
Mineral. The merging is research complete.
Rebuild that.
Our pylon is under attack. I am here in the shadows. Research complete.
Oh, I don't have detection.
Let us
Whoops.
the threads of fate.
Our pylon is under attack. Mineral field depleted. Highlight for fire. Highlight for
Where's my observer? There it is. Send another Phoenix into his base.
engaging the enemy.
He is going Spire now.
Highlight for fire.
Okay.
Teleport successful.
Let's push again. I think the hardest part about this matchup for me is feeling comfortable to actually attack.
I am here in the shadows. Mineral field depleted. Mineral field depleted. We embrace the glory of battle. A song de Templar. Might.
How can I aid you?
I am the heart.
We meet our fate.
Mineral field depleted. We shall. Highlight for hire. Highlight for hire. Might.
Okay, so we're just trying to micro this out. Reinforce another round of zealots. Okay.
State thy bidding. Mineral field depleted. Vespene geyser exhausted.
Okay, I have a lot of Tempest now.
Base is under attack.
We have a lot of AoE now. And we have something that can deal with Broodlords. Stupid. Oh. I should never be playing you. Well, okay. Alright, we got another Smurf guy. This is 300 and... what is that, 27? Or no, that's from 5k. Put someone who never plays against a full-time streamer. I'm not a full-time Protoss. Yeah, I don't know what to say to people that get mad at me for playing Protoss at 5k. Guys, see, this guy's chill. I'm not trying to piss him off. I'm trying to relate to him. I said, I'm not a full-time Protoss. I understand where you're coming from, but my toss is legit 5k. And then he says, sorry, it's just frustrating when I hardly get a chance to play, and when I do play, I get an unfair match against someone who plays every day. I understand where he's coming from, okay? I get that. I do play pretty much every day, because I stream full-time. But I don't play, I have not been playing Protoss every day of my life on this game. It's been Zerg, pretty much. So my Protoss, sorry to say it, it's actually right around this rating. So if we look at my match history, I've had a good run recently. We've been climbing back up again. But I have a lot of wins and losses in here, guys. This is my Protoss. If I could just snap my fingers and win every game, I fucking would. I would be done with this fucking series already. But it's hard. I lose to a lot of silly things with Protoss. I lose to a lot of all-ins. Like, I almost just lost to an all-in a minute ago. I was literally about to be like, oh my god, I'm fucking dead. When the guy proxied a fucking Dark Templar pylon in my base, in my natural. I was like, cool. Another all-in. But, like, right as that happened, I had an observer pop out, so we actually didn't die there. But I lose so much to shit, like, silly shit like that, where you're just like, okay, well, I got all-in, then I'm dead again. ViBE versus RIBE. Vise versus RIBE. ViBE-san, hello? What's up, dude? He didn't hold position.
Base is under attack.
He actually killed it. I'm surprised he actually killed it with probes. That means he pulled probably like I wasn't even looking. He pulled like 10 probes to kill it, probably, or like 12 probes to kill it. This game we're gonna go for a Stargate and a Depths. Oh my god, I just like fucked up my mineral right there.
Glory to the Daylon. Forward. Najakar Mina. I. Combat awaits. Let none. Ish. Let your will be heard. We are of one mind. To glory.
Alright, let's see if he force fields me.
March. May your death
I'm here in the shadows.
Let me force field me.
fate we serve. Yes, Executor. I am. Let your will be heard. Fire shall be reclaimed. Combat. I am Najakar Mina. Wars alive. Faith. Najakar Mina. Where shall we mark?
Oracle perceiving. You seek guidance? We interpret.
There's a probe right there coming towards my base. I'm gonna leave my second Oracle defensive in case he goes for DTs
Harm.
for now.
How can I aid you? An Eridine
That's a
Washagal.
fake Phoenix.
It is destined.
Dimensional strings attuned.
Nas and tide. The stars align. Extrapolating strength. Our window is short. Our fates are one. I see. Let us begin.
I am here in the shadows.
Fuck. If I would have set my second Oracle up first, we would have been in such a good spot. It would have been really good.
The
We're still not in
threads
a
of
bad
fate
spot,
lie
but
there.
we probably would have been in an unlosable spot. I just didn't want to die to a DT. I played it safe.
Nas
Because this
and
guy doesn't
tide.
have a shield battery.
Our fates are one. I see. Harmonized. Extrapolating strings. It is destined.
Yeah, the ultimate thing about why he got behind there is because he pulled probes. Look at this graph really fast. Worker collection rate, or resource collection rate. See this dip? That dip is pretty important. That's like 30 seconds of lost mining time. It does change the outcome of how quickly things can happen. Pretty hard. It just is, it's honestly pretty annoying if you're in PvP and you let your gas get blocked. The way you want to, if you ever want to not allow your opponent to steal your gas, like the way I stole his last game, all you gotta do is you just right click a probe onto the gas mine until it's literally touching it, until it stops moving itself, and then you hit hold position. If you don't have hold position, the worker will literally get, if I attack it, it'll just walk away and then I can build a gas on it again. So you gotta be very careful about making sure you hit the hold position when you're on the gas. Okay. Does right clicking on the gas shift hold position work? Probably.
I am here in the shadows. You require my skills.
The firstborn shall persevere. Yes, execute.
Your probes are under attack. I am the...
The firstborn shall persevere.
You require my skills. I am the voice of the eclipse. Research complete.
Glory to the day. The firstborn shall persevere. Where shall we mark? Glory to the Daylong. Yes, executor.
Okay, so we're taking it to the base right now.
State thy bidding.
We serve. I, Najakar Mina. Give us glorious combat is upon us. The firstborn shall persevere. Let none. It shall be done. I have met the enemy. The Templars march.
We're just harassing him with the depths. And a little bit of DT pressure.
Shall persevere. Najakar Mina. Give us your command. It shall be done. The fire shall be reclaimed. Let your will
Fear is an illusion.
force the light.
Battle is upon us.
The firstborn shall persevere.
Mineral field depleted. Teleport successful.
Give us your command. Faith. Yes, Executor.
Teleport successful.
The Templar. The firstborn shall persevere. The glorious battle for Selendis.
Okay. So we've done damage to him. We've slowed him down quite a bit. Let's get a second robo, actually.
I return to
And let's start getting a lot of immortals.
We serve.
mineral field depleted.
Combat.
Siravek.
Grab my Phoenix.
Teleport.
Let's go start Overlord hunting as well. We can supply block the shit out of him.
Depleted.
Let none deter us. Fire. Naja.
I return to serve. I stalk through the stars. On the wings of the sky, I am eager to... Time? Warp field online. Anan Porkon. I am eager to strike. For honor. I stalk through the stars.
Where shall we march?
Upgrade. We embrace the glory. I return. Skies limits. Research complete. For iron. Warfield online. I return to serve. Understood. Time for alarm. Deep from the shadows, I come.
I have missed the enemy.
We just, I think we cleared out an entire mineral line.
Najakar.
These two adepts we sent in earlier on,
Time.
they cleared out the whole mineral line. He wasn't paying attention to it.
I return to serve.
Just keep making immortals. That's going to be the answer here.
Warfield online.
He's going to probably make another Nidus over here, because I just saw another Overlord over that way.
Skies await. Time for where?
Yep. I'll probably make another one up top now. Up here, because you can see where this Overseer is traveling and shit.
Comply. Mineral field depleted.
This guy is all about attacking with Niduses. There's a creep tumor there, so that could also be another
Mineral field depleted.
attack soon.
return to serve.
From the shadows I come.
Base is under attack. Successful. The sky. Time.
The merging is complete.
Understood.
Okay, we can just counterattack him now. Let's just go push. We'll add some cannons into my base
Mineral field depleted.
so that I can be safe against counter pressure. I do think we can kill him right now, though.
Mineral field depleted.
Worst case scenario, we just make DTs defensively.
Anon.
I am the voice of the eclipse. I see. Require my
GG. So, we killed a lot of drones this game. We killed 57 drones this game. It's fucking insane. I didn't even think I killed that many, but it was pretty good. The biggest thing we did this game, okay? I know I wasn't talking a shitload during this game, but we'll go through it step by step really fast. We'll take it back to the step by step here. This is definitely a drone killing game. We went this is like Roddy build. I was gonna do a proxy gateway, but this guy actually scouted it, and he killed my probe trying to build a proxy. So I said, fuck it, we're just gonna go standard. Like in my base, not proxy shit. The mistake I made was sending this probe home. If I was gonna proxy, this probe should never have come home. See, like he just saw that probe there, so he's like, "Oh, kill that thing." If I had a proxy like up here, or some shit like right there, it would have been fine. So our timing to move out here is right when we get this upgrade, the Adept Glaive. And now there you go. We got Warp Gate and Adept Glaive. We move out with a good like 7 Adepts, 8 Adepts. Now these Adept Glaives, they fucking wreck a Zerg who does not have one of two things. If he does not have Banelings, or does not have Roaches. These Adepts are going to definitely pay for themselves really hard. They've already started killing shit, as you can see, but get ready. Just look at the outcome of the fact that this Zerg did not properly prepare for this. He has 0 Roaches right now. He has no Roaches in production. He's making nothing but Lings. And he has no Banes. Like he's literally trying to defend this with just Lings. So let's see what happens here. Again, look at resources lost. So now he finally has Roaches. Roaches are ultimately what cleaned that up at the end. But in doing so, we've already killed 9 drones, and we've killed 46 units in total. We've killed a lot of units already. But like the resources lost is definitely in our advantage. And if we now look at income tab, we're actually ahead in workers because of that. So we're actually also mining more than he is. And then we come back and do a little bit of DT pressure this time, but he actually denies it very easily. He scouted it with an Overlord, which is why that happened like that. He easily saw that. But we do it all over again. So we're harassing him, we're being annoying as shit. And resources lost again. That was kind of a bad trade for me. That was not the best. That was a not bad one. So I'm starting to lose a little bit here. The resources lost, which is okay. But if I keep killing drones like the way I am, it's actually not that bad, because he's actually allowing me to kill so many. Like, fighting with your drones against Adepts like that is actually a terrible idea. You'd be so much better off running your drones away and allowing the Adepts to chase towards you, because he won't kill your drones if you're running away from him. And your Roaches just kill him. You'd be way better off doing something like that than going, surround him with the drones! The trick to dealing with Adepts is chase the Adepts with half your units, and then stay where they are with half your units. So that no matter where they go, they'll die. And now we have Phoenixes killing Overlords and stuff. Being super annoying. And now he's going for Nidus. So now, we prepared by going into double Robo Immortals. And we have a lot of gates, and we still have double Stargate Phoenix. But this is the biggest thing of all. When he decided, I was gonna attack him again with the depths, right? When he did that, okay? Check this out. Like, he's the Nidus just spawned. All right, I passed that again. My bad. So the Nidus is spawning right now. Here's the adepts. This is something that's great to use if you're someone who's like, oh shit, like this guy's going really aggressive, really all in. What we did was, my whole army is in group 1 right now, on the ground. All my immortals, my stalker, my zealots, my adepts, that's all in group 1 right now. There's 21 units in total. I do have 23 units on the ground though in total, because what I did was, I actually shifted out just 2 adepts. Just 2 adepts. I shift clicked them out of my group. And then I had them phase right here. I told them to phase right there. And now, we're both busy. I'm bringing my Phoenix back. I'm bringing my whole army together. I'm busy dealing with this. We all saw what happened here. I grabbed my zealots. I grabbed my immortals. We eventually got enough before my Phoenix finally came over here too. We had enough to like stop this while making more and more units. Also, by the way, this weapon round of zealots was bad. It actually should have been DTs. And the reason why it should have been DTs is because I just killed all of his overlords on the map. He does have 2 more back here, but I could have easily shoved him backwards now with DTs because he has no detection. He has 0 detection, and even if he had 1 overseer, I could have actually dove with my whole army, my charge lots, my immortals, my DTs that I would have warped in as well. They all could have attacked forward, and I could have moved with my Phoenix aggressively onto an overseer if there was one around here, and I could have killed an overseer, and then the DTs literally kill everything. So warping into zealots there was kind of a mistake. It should have been DTs. But we all see what's happening here. And then we eventually kill it. We push it back. Our immortals overall overpower this briefly. You can see it's happening now. The immortals pushed it back. We killed it. Well, let's look at what happened behind the scenes when this first happened. Check this out. This is great technique here. I'm not even microing these, by the way, but I set it up. It's multi-pronged while the Zerg is being overly aggressive. And we'll look at the worker kill count right now. It's 28 currently. Now it's 51. We just killed an entire mineral line because this guy was microing with his Nidus with the push. If this died, this wouldn't really change. Like if I just came over here and it just died, there was like 5 roaches just chilling, and they're like, and they shit on my adepts. This does not change the outcome of the game very much. It does not make me suddenly lose because I lost 2 adepts, but it does potentially end the game for my Zerg opponent because we just suddenly killed like fucking 20 drones, 23 drones, and they're still going. I actually microed it there at the end because the fight's over now, and we just killed the last 2 drones as well. So we just killed 25 drones, guys. We just killed 25 fucking drones for no real APM required. It was 3 actions, or 4. Sorry, 4. It was shade forward, shift click, rebind. 4 actions, and that was it. I literally never microed them up until that last 2 drones died here when I moved the adept to the side, because at that point, like I said, the Niduses are all dead. I don't have to worry about shit happening right now. We're good to go. And from this point now, it's really scary for Zerg here, simply because this Zerg has now invested so many resources into attacks that have failed. And he's also got supply that is currently below mine, and he's going pure Roach Hydra. Roach Hydra sucks ass against Protoss if you are equal supply or lower supply against a composition that is like Archon Immortal. Roach Hydra sucks really bad at that point. It's not good. And if we look at our units tab here, as the Protoss player, we currently have 9 Immortals and 6 Archons versus 16 Hydras and 2 Roaches in his foremost. This is very not good for the Zerg. He definitely needs something more powerful to deal with this, and he has nothing really planned. He's still on layer tech. He's really just going Swarmhost now. And the thing about Swarmhost is, if you're Protoss, and you're playing against a Zerg who's going to now just start switching into Swarmhost because you're going Archon, Charge Lot, Immortal, all you have to do to beat that is get, did I have a Templar Archives? I don't think I did. There's two ways you can deal with it. Number one is I use my Phoenix. And every time he has the Locust go, he just shits them out. Locusts are coming at me now. What I can do is I can fly around the Locust with my Phoenix, because a Locust is a light unit. Look at this Locust. It's light. So a Phoenix will kill a Locust in 3 hits. It takes 3 hits from a Phoenix to kill a Locust. And if I have like 10 Phoenix or something like that, or 8 Phoenix, I can be popping Locust quite often. If I'm flying around, like, if like 30 Locust are around 8 Phoenix can kill 30 Locust if they don't land in a matter of like probably like 15 seconds, 10, 12 seconds. And then it's like it's free kills. I'm losing nothing to do that. And then on top of that, if the Zerg opponent here goes too heavily into Swarmhost and I still have the Phoenix alive, I could actually just start picking up the Swarmhost themselves and killing them with the gravity beam. But if you don't want to do that, if that's not what you're going to do here, another way you can deal with Locust that's really simple is get a Templar Archives, which you can then start making Archons out of as well. You can go into High Templar Archons.
Oh, yeah.
And every time a Zerg sends out like 10 Swarmhosts worth of Locust at you, just storm it. Storm the Locust. 1 storm could kill a Locust, and 1 storm could kill a pile of Locust if he doesn't micro it. Yo, Maginero, thank you very much for the Prime, dude. Thank you, dude. Are Swarmhosts themselves light? No, they're not. They're armored. But a Locust is light. So Phoenix could actually easily pick off Locust in the air if they're flying in the middle of nowhere trying to get to my army. Phoenix could just fly by and just start picking them off really, really fast. Stuff like that. Dude, my nose. Ugh. Yo, Triforce Trader, what's up, dude? How's life? How you doing, man? I'm doing good. I hope you're doing well as well. Right now we're doing some Protoss Bronze Jam. We're doing pretty good. But, it's going good. What do you want DT Archon versus High Templar Archon? DT Archon are not bad if you're, if you have a lot of gas and a lot of minerals together. But if you're going to go into a heavy charge lot based composition and you want to go into something that can spend your money elsewhere outside of charge lots, High Templar Archons are great then, because you can use the opposite resource that you have a lot of then. You do eventually get into phases sometimes in as Protoss where you're making mass charge lots. It happens often. Yo, Kurt Cobain Ling. What's up, man? Thank you very much for the Prime. Welcome to the VFam, dude. How you doing? I'm a robust player. Oh, yeah. You always know just what to say, Triforce Trader. I'm a robot player, yeah. Yo, but I hope you're doing well, Triforce Trader. Hope you're doing good, dude. Alright, we're gonna scout this guy. We're gonna see what's happening in Zerg base. Paul believes it. I feel like the way this guy talks, he reminds me of Mick Monroe. I mean, I don't know if it's true or not. If that's who it is. But it reminds me of him already. BM, uh-oh. He's not being VM. Oh, ignoring my dinner questions. Oh, sorry. Yeah, chicken and veggies. Let's go. To be honest, if you really want the answer to most days where it's anything special for dinner, the answer will most likely be no. Because most days, I just go to the store, buy some food, come home, and then eat that food for the next week. You know what I mean? Like, I don't do anything crazy, usually. I'm not really, I don't usually spend my nights cooking crazy meals or always going out to eat and stuff. I go out to eat like once a week, or once every 2 weeks.
Glory to the day.
Are under attack.
We serve. The firstborn shall persevere.
I'm gonna do this build again. Okay.
Where shall we march? Let none betray. Oh, yeah. Glory to the Daylon.
No! There's a hole! There's a fucking hole. Oh my god.
Upgrade complete. We embrace the glory of battle. We are the base is under attack.
Naja Khan. Glory to the Daylon. The firstborn shall persevere. We serve with pride. Let your will be done. Forward. Give us your yes, executor. To glory. Glory to the Daylon. Naja Khan. The firstborn shall persevere. Let your will be done. Where? Glory to the Daylon. We Executor. To glory. Combat awaits. Where? Naja, give us your command. Combat awaits. Ire. Glory to the Daemon. Where shall we march? Naja Khan. Yes, Executor.
Research complete.
Fuck it. I'm not gonna hide a base.
I have met the enemy. The firstborn shall persevere. Not ire shall. Where? Where shall we march?
Oh, he's one basing me. Okay.
I have met the enemy. Yes,
From the shadows, I
the firstborn shall persevere. Let none return. Let your it shall be done.
I would have thought he would have had at least a little bit on his natural.
Faith.
Kill the drones.
Pours alive. We are of one mind. Let none fail. It shall be done.
Okay. The 2 DTs will end the game here.
The firstborn shall persevere. We serve with pride. Faith before fear.
GG! Oh my god, dude. We held. We held, guys. So we just we plugged the hole basically with Protoss this game. I almost fucked it up. There was one point where I was like, oh god, we're dead. But yeah, it would have been nice. Here's what actually I gotta say this too, really fast. This probe right here should not have left yet. It comes back, but briefly. But if you notice, his larva is not ready to go yet because he doesn't have a pool yet. Watching a Zerg's larva is a big tell as to what the fuck they're doing. Look at the larva right now, guys. Notice how there's still 2. Do you notice how right as the pool's done, there were 2 larvae just sitting there, and here in a second, there's a 3rd one. This, having 2 larvae with a 3rd one popping right as the pool's done, or having 3 larvae already just prior to the pool being done, and there's no reason why he doesn't want to be making drones. This is a big indicator that this guy is going to hit you with lings really early. So he's already showing me that. And I know this is happening. I know there's a pool before hatch by quite a bit. I know there's lings. But that's a big tell right there. Now the thing I didn't look at that I really should have is I should have chilled for just a second here. Notice how my probe's sitting here. This is bad. My probe should be sitting here. I should be looking at this all the time. Because if he's going to continue to mine gas, especially like this, like if my probe ran right about now, like it was anyways, if my probe was like here and it was running away, just like it did, I could have seen that this guy mined an additional 40 gas. An additional 40 fucking gas over what he needs, which is a big tell that you're like, okay, why are you mining so much gas? And you're only making Zerglings now. And then also the other thing too, here's another tell. We're getting into Zerg psychology here. As we pass the natural, if I would have just dipped down just for a second, dip down to right here, and then dipped around like this and go straight up, my probe doesn't die if I just go in a straight line to my base. But I could have seen that this hatchery's not making a queen. And if the Sentry's not making a queen, guys, that means that this guy's probably just gonna fucking flood me with a low drone count because he doesn't have enough money to make double queens. And he's probably just gonna make a baneling nest and just flood me with like I said, a Ling Banelin, which is what he did. Anyways. Did I actually see that too? I think I saw that. Did I? I didn't pay. I'm pretty sure I didn't pay attention to some of the stuff that I'm pretty sure I saw. I just physically was not looking at the screen of StarCraft most likely, and I was like talking to chat or some shit. But I'm pretty sure my probe saw that, like a baneling.
The firstborn.
Oh my god, it actually didn't see it. They're like right there. That's pretty hilarious. What supply of a pool was that? That was like a 14 pool. So, here's a beautiful thing. It takes 5 adepts, or sorry, it takes 5 banes to kill 1 adept. This is a terrible trade, resource to resource, straight up right now. Now, obviously, if he creates a hole where he can just bust me and kill me, this is terrible. But this right here only kills 1 adept. So notice how I backed up my second adept just for a moment while my first adept died. And my first adept is also not in the back of the door here. He's more in the middle. Like, he should actually be like right there, to be honest. Kind of like not quite in the front, but like just at the front of the hallway where his units would have to flood in. It can't get a good surface area on my adept, so it can't hit me with like 3 or 4 lings at a time. So like right there would have been perfect. And you let the banes blow up with your first adept, and then you refill the hole immediately with the second adept that's right next to it. That's full health again. This thing is full health, guys. He's a bad boy. And this adept, you don't move it into the corner as well. You try to move it into the, like, kind of in the middle of the hallway again, because this allows you to fill the hole behind the adept, which is what this probe is now doing. So, that was a misread right there. I should have built another gateway right there. This was not the best defense here by me, for sure. I should have definitely filled in the gateway right there. And I could have prevented him from getting my base further. But the shield battery is why I didn't die here. Also, what I did right now was I actually backed up my adept, because this kind of broke like this, and I'm like, oh shit, this is really bad. I didn't just stand there. I didn't let the adept die. I actually right-clicked the probe and the adept together back to the gateway and the pylon, the corner here. So now there's limited surface area on the adept. And I actually told the probe right here to hold position. I told both units to hold position. So my probe does not attack anything, which means it's going to get hit very little amounts. And it's going to block surface area on this adept. And it creates like a pseudo hallway for the adept for a moment here. And then it buys enough time to where the shield battery finishes just before the adept dies. And now our adept is like an ultimate tank as long as he's within this range of this shield battery. Because now he heals faster than he dies. And we have now once again blocked the door here. He opens it up again. We reblock it again. And our adepts are just smacking things. Why didn't he run his lings through a mineral line? He could have, right? So here's the thing. He could have ran to my mineral line. And if he would have, I would have chased him to my mineral line with my adept. But if he would have ran to my mineral line, there's a chance his lings could bleed out. Okay, let's watch. I do think running to the mineral line, though, might be a better idea as well. But okay, I'll tell you one more reason why he didn't do it. There's something to think about here. I'm going to back it up one more time, and to the part where he broke me. So right now, he broke the core and the gate simultaneously. I blocked the core's entrance, but he actually got into my base through the gate entrance. This is currently only... There, after that attack. This is currently like 13 lings, 3 of which are low health already. So it's really 10 healthy lings with 3 damaged lings. Now if he runs to my mineral line, no matter which... If he runs to this one, I mineral walk my probes away, and I shoot him more with my adept over like here, which I could then back up to my shield battery with, because it would be done by then if he started running around my mineral line. Or, if he goes straight into the main mineral line, what I could actually do is I could actually, just mineral walk my probes and fight back with my probes. And then I have the adept shade forward to my mineral line as well to go help it, and my next adept could actually guard the wall when I reblock it with a probe from my natural. Like I just re-block the wall to prevent more lings from getting my base. And if you look at what's flooding my base, it's really not much. There's 10 lings flooding my base all the way from his base. Like they're not even close. So it would be plenty of time for my buildings to like get fully healed, like fully produced. So they're gonna have full health buildings here. But yeah, I could also do something like this. Check this out. This is Zerg. Zerg 101. If these lings were to have gone into the main, I could go like this. Oh my god, this probe is so stupid. I would have okay, one probe is a dipshit over here, but the rest can go like this.
Glory to the
And I can mineral drill his lings like that. And I don't lose my probes. That's a little quick tip right there. It's much better than just going, hey, move my probes! And watching like 15 of them die in a concave against 13 lings. While an adept hits them from the back. But instead, if I just shade an adept forward over to here, and I go like that, and I just do the mineral trick, like this again, I can drill the fucking lings and kill them. And I can do the same thing in my natural. If you find a patch that can do it. That one right there.
Upgrade complete.
You just drill the lings, and if I, if I have this re-walled off like this over here, and I have an adept sitting behind the wall, new lings are gonna have a hard time getting in while he's trying to micro the lings at the front of my door. How do you do that? Just select all and spam click the mineral line. Okay, this guy. You got so lucky you made bats. Rip, I cry. This kid. The barcode. Just know, Mr. Barcode, I know you're watching the stream. I wouldn't actually have blocked you, probably, if you weren't a barcode. But you're progressively getting more and more BM, more and more douchey as the conversation goes. And you're a barcode. So, yeah, I think I'll just go ahead and end that conversation right here. How do I... Hello there, how do I grant this permission thingy? You have to click it, open it, it'll take you to like another page, and then it says like authorize Twitch to do this. And you just say yes. You're talking about the loot box thing, right? The war chest. You just have to authorize it. If you click it, open it, they'll take you to another page to authorize.
Your probes are under attack. Your probes are under attack.
Oh my god. What a boss. I don't know how the fuck I keep clicking 2 probes every time I grab a drone. I'm like fat fingering my probe count every time. I don't know how I do this, but I do this. Also, I think that probe fight I just had delayed my core by like 10 seconds. Whoops. Whoopsies. Yeah, that's like actually like 15 seconds. That's really bad. Not worth it, boys. We'll just take a faster natural now than normal. Now to find out if this guy's gonna go for adepts or stalkers.
I'm here in the shadows. I am the heart of darkness. Cold. I am here in the shadows.
Also, just to talk about it, just because you guys, I see you guys talk about it in chat. My overall opinion on barcodes is if you're going to be a barcode, I don't approve of it, but I don't really mind that much.
The skies
But if you're going to be a barcode that also talks shit,
engaging the enemy.
it's pretty lame.
I stalk
Like, it's like
through
the ultimate
storms.
cowardly way to talk shit. It's so much more fun if you talk shit with a name behind you that you have to like, you have like your reputation's on the line. Not talking shit anonymously. It'd be like calling someone up on the phone that you don't like and blocking your number with like a voice fucking modifier and being like, you fucking bitch, I hate you.
I'm here.
It's just super fucking lame. Bam man. Talk shit on a real account. It's the internet still, so nothing's gonna happen to you. But at least people get to associate you with being a dick rather than an anonymous dick.
Research complete.
I'm here in the shadows. I'm here in the shadows.
Oh shit, 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 shit.
I return to serve. I'm here in the shadows. I return to serve. I am here in the shadows. Very well. For the reckoning. Very wise. We move on. I am the heart of darkness. We are one with the shadows. I am the I am here in the shadows.
Okay, we will scary. We almost died there. We got all in again. But we held. And the reason why we held is because as soon as we scouted the fact that he did not have a natural when mine was already done, and I had like, because I essentially sent the Phoenix out, we saw he had no natural. Excuse me, sorry. Whew. We saw he had no natural, and our probe count was quite. What that means is our probe count's a lot harder, or a lot higher than his. Not harder. Our probe count's higher than his. And with that being said, we need to start taking that shit seriously. Let's make a shield battery. Let's start chrono boosting our immortals rather than chrono boosting my probes. What the fuck are a bunch of probes gonna do for me if I'm about to get all in the next like 25 seconds, you know? So I just focused on everything we could do. All my resources dedicated then to being defense. What made you go robo though? You always go robo. If you don't go robo and you play defensive, especially if your opponent's one base and he goes DTs, you automatically die. Going for defensive forge cannon rush, or not cannon rush, going for a defensive 2-base expand, and then making a forge to go cannons is fucking terrible. Because all that does is it's expensive, and it puts me in situations where it's like a defense that's kind of limited. Like cannons can't move around; they're stuck there. So what if he attacks me somewhere else? What if he has a robo and a prism going to my main base? I don't want to fucking do that. It sucks. I go cannons is better than you think. Well, I guarantee this, okay? Mr. I guarantee Smurf. If you go cannons, I 100% guarantee you also go Stargate. Am I wrong or am I right? You're actually... If you go Stargate, that's like the only exception, but you're forcing yourself to go Stargate build then. You don't really go cannons and fucking gateway units. Because then all that's going to happen is your defense is going to be weak in some location because you're going to have too much expenses spread around your base. And if your opponent just, you know, goes for a standard immortal push and you're going for like stalkers and cannons, you're going to have a bad day. But yeah, you if you're going to open up standard, like with a standard play, you kind of need to get a robo. It's risky if you don't. You can go Stargate first and have a robo for DTs in time. Okay, my question to you then would be, can you expand really fast and go for a natural while making probes, while making units out of your gateways, while then going into a Stargate and then going into a robo? My answer to that would be probably not. You're gonna have some delays there. Because I've been actually going robo first. After while maintaining pro production, while maintaining stalker production, I go robo, and as soon as I get my first observer, a DT's at my base. It already happened today. If I actually tried to squeeze a Stargate in as well to that shit, and before I made a robo, 100% a DT would be in my base before I have an observer. And the only way that I would die there is if I somehow caught every single DT in a revelation from an oracle. And I happened to go Oracle first. And I was like, fucking lucky. Oh man, we caught them all. You can get DTs pretty fucking fast if you choose to. I want to be like you when I grow up. Fuck, I can't breathe right now, dude. Oh my god. Yo. Yo, Tuful 183. Dude, if I didn't say thank you, by the way, thank you very much for the prime, dude. It was a little while ago, but I don't know if I said that already. And if I didn't, I apologize. Thank you very much. What's the problem with being forced to go Stargate, though? Well, it's just a different build entirely to what I'm doing. There's nothing wrong with going Stargate. I never said there's something wrong with going Stargate. It's just a completely different playstyle. I'm doing safe expand builds. Going Stargate really fast is not necessarily a safe expand build. There are ways you can get punished, I feel like, if you just rush Stargate. Like, I feel like what I'm doing is more versatile. It has more well-roundedness to the build. Stargate's kind of gimmicky, to a point. It's not really gimmicky, but like it's... If you just know your opponent's gonna go fucking Stargate every game, there are ways around that. Is what I'm trying to say. Either that, or if you go Stargate, you're forced to play a little bit less economical. Like you're forced to play on a lower economy for longer.
Our pylon is under attack.
The only way I can personally see Stargate being a build that's like viable every game is if you're aggressive. And if you're aggressive, your expansions are delayed. Okay, we are getting cannon rushed.
I am here in the shadows. I am here in the shadows. I am here in the shadows. You require my skill. State thy bid.
So that was a really delayed cannon rush. That was not a cannon rush that was like, oh my god, it's so fast.
In the shadows.
He killed one stalker and like 3 probes. At the investment of making like 4 cannons and 3 pylons.
It shall be.
I'm actually gonna let one stalker finish this off.
Voice.
I'll let the weakened one finish it off, and I'm gonna send my healthy stalkers out.
I am here in the shadows.
And I'm gonna go try and poke his base. And now I actually am gonna go double Stargate. In this game specifically.
State thy bidding. I am the voice of the ignorant. I am the voice. We are one. State thy bidding. It is the void. State thy bidding. Intrigue. Europe. I am the Europe. I am the we.
Teleport successful. I stalk through the storm. Where do our enemy? Zerafak trial.
Okay.
Engaging the enemy. For honor. On the wings of justice. Understood. Warfield on. Teleport successful. Teleport successful. The sky.
Okay. So now, not having warp gate. Oh no, that's okay. It's not a big deal. I'm going Stargate this game anyways. That's the warp gate's not the priority here.
I am.
Okay. With our next couple of Phoenix, we're gonna start killing his army. Shit. Fucking supply block.
Where do our enemies? Anan Porkal.
State thy bidding.
We can actually kill his forge from the low ground too. Because we can use vision.
Time.
State thy bidding. I
I am eager to strike.
state the
Time for teleport successful.
boy. We
The skies await.
state
I am eager to strike. Teleport research complete. Time for teleport successful. On the way to justice.
Let's get an observer now. Just in case this guy goes for like, I'm going DTs now. Oh, what's up?
Anan Porkal. Warp field online. Teleport successful. Zero X triumph. I am eager. Teleport successful. Mineral field depleted. Where do our enemies? Teleport successful.
He went DTs.
Where do our Zero X. Skies
Your probes are under attack.
for honor. Not for
Thanks for the streams, my dude. Finally about to break into Master because of you.
Oh yeah, dude. My dude. That's fucking sick, man.
time for
Hipperman. Fucking well done, dude. Well done. That's actually fucking badass. I love hearing things like that.
Where do our enemies lurk? I stalk through the stars. Understood. On the wings of justice. You warp the sky. I will comply.
Upgrade complete. Castle de Templar. Research complete.
We're just taking his bases as well. He doesn't even know.
Where?
Right now, in his mind, this game is oh my god, it's blocked. In his mind, this game is probably pretty even right now. But it's because he doesn't know that I'm taking his bases.
Engaging the enemy. Understood.
Okay, he's gonna push now. We have a lot of army here to deal with this. Let's kill the Stalker with our Phoenix.
I stalk through the stars.
Four Zealots. There we go. We can just push it.
Embrace the glory of battle.
And I would really love another pylon in my main in a better spot that I can make more gains with. God, my tech is like I can't just build shit anywhere. Okay, let's go. Alright, let's go smack his base. So we expanded also, by the way, if you guys are wondering, like, why do you have fucking bases on the other side of the map? This guy went for a cannon rush. So that was our reaction to cannon rushing, just in case I somehow fucked it up and lost.
I am eager to strike.
He's going just 100% exclusively Archons.
We embrace the glory of battle.
GG. But yeah, this guy had like no real way to defend his base. We defended the cannon rush. After the cannon rush is over, if we look at like the resource trade difference here. Really hope he's natural as well. So now all said and done, last final is dead. He's lost twice the amount of resources that we've lost trying to cannon rush me. And we're also ahead in workers, and our natural is done, and his natural is actually also done. But here's what I think I should. Here's what I think I should have done. Okay, this is what I think I should have done a little differently. These first two Phoenix should actually not have been Phoenix. These first two Phoenix instead should have been Oracles. I should have made 2 Oracles and then went to Mass Phoenix, because honestly, if I would have, like, I should know. Okay, this guy made like 4 cannons over here. He made like 3 pylons over here. He made 3 cannons over here because I killed one, and I was making 2 more. This is ridiculous amounts of cannons. If I would make 2 oracles, even if he has a cannon in his mineral line, I could kill way more than what the oracles would be worth there, because the economies are not very big right now. And if I show up with 2 oracles and I just wipe out 16 probes, as my oracles both die to a cannon, let's just say I sacrifice my oracles to be like, I'm killing as many probes as I can while you sit over the cannon. If I killed 16 probes right now, the game's automatically over. 100%. And I don't even have to lose the oracles, by the way. I could actually micro it in a way where I go 2 oracles, focus fire, focus fire, focus fire, focus fire. Okay, one of my oracles just lost all of its shields, and now it's taking actual damage, and I just run it away. It gets out with like orange health, and it flies over here in open airspace, and the second oracle is still killing probe. It kills like an additional 4 probes, and then it also has to run away. And then I just kill like 12 probes, and I lose nothing, and I come back again later with full shield oracles, and I kill like another 4 or 5 probes, and then fly away again. Like, it would just make this like ridiculous for my opponent, because it would not only force more cannons, but it would also kill probes. I should have opened oracle. There's no way he could have a Stargate in time for that. Expect 5 cheese games in a row? Dude, I've been getting cheese like every game already, man. That's just, I feel like I'm slowly getting better at dealing with cheese. Okay, this guy's really good. I don't know who the fuck this is, but I somehow play him every day. But this guy, oh yeah, it's a Jefe, right? I think you guys actually told me who it was. It's Jefe. He plays pretty good. Is ViBE cheesing now? Hallelujah. I'm not cheesing. I'm getting cheesed a lot. Like, I cheese sometimes, every now and again, but I haven't cheesed once yet today. Like, I've done pressure builds, but it's never been like a full-on, super, like, one base all-in type shit. Come on, ViBE, do a cheese. Okay, fine. Yo, Noblet. Noblet, dude! What's up, man? Thank you very much for the 2-month resub. The recommitment, welcome back for another month in the V-Fam. I'm down to see a Zealot Rush. Zealot Rushes aren't as good as you think they are against Terran guys. Like, that build's gonna struggle. He's gonna wall his base off, and I'm just gonna be like, Zealots! Oh god, I'm at a wall, and I'm dead. We're going proxy robo. We're gonna hide this shit. Oh my god, he fucking ghosted me. I don't even need to pretend to build a fucking building now.
You require.
Okay. Well, I got cheesed. Okay.
I am here in the shadows. State. I am the heart of darkness.
I just threw everything off on my build really hard.
Cold is the void. State thy bidding.
I return to serve.
I am here in the shadows. I am the heart of darkness. Intriguing. I am cold is the void. We are one with the shadow. I am here in the shadows. I am here in the shadows.
Your foes are under attack.
is awesome. What a game. Okay, so we're gonna poke his base again with the this shit. I'm gonna try to keep my sentries hidden. I want him to commit down. Never mind, it doesn't really matter now, does it? Get him, zealots! Oh, if only those were real. So I didn't know I was getting proxy ghosted. That sucks. It's unfortunate. He lifted the barracks into my main. So this is something to look for in my base against Terran around 2 minutes. If I see this happening and my stalker goes straight up to the north and starts poking it, there will be one adept that, or not adept, well, there'll be one ghost that will come out. But if I realize that's happening and I chrono boost 2 stalkers, I could actually kill the ghost before he actually kills my probes. Every time it comes out of the barracks. The first ghost would probably run into the barracks, run towards my fucking probe line. I'd have to run away for just a moment with the top, whatever side of the probe line is close to where he is. Ghost would die, and then he would lift off the barracks and be like, this isn't worth it anymore. Around 2 minutes. And PvT, I need to make sure I'm not getting proxy barracks. Okay, now we're playing a bronze Protoss. Let's fucking go, Bronzy. It's not actually a bronze Protoss, guys. He's what he's doing is he's playing unranked. He's actually bronze in ranked, but ranked and unranked share separate MMR. Or sorry, they don't share MMR. They have separate MMR. So he's actually a GM level player playing unranked exclusively, who is currently tanked his MMR to bronze. You know, it's his way of making a joke. Alright, boys. Alright, so let's do this. Oops. I like how we're both being annoying to each other.
Is under attack.
It's awesome. He's not chrono boosting. He's saving chrono for something. Like a Stargate. That's my guess now. My guess is that this Protoss player is gonna go Stargate. Oh, okay, there's a sentry. He actually force fielded. He can't scout me now properly. Because he force fielded. That's expensive. On the energy.
I am
Stargate.
Engaging the enemy. Stars.
I'm gonna poke his base right now with my ground army. Because if this guy starts rushing out an Oracle, I'm not really afraid of an Oracle. I could potentially do some serious damage right now though with my ground army. And we're gonna chrono boost out one Phoenix. Get away from the cliff so he can't just get free shots on me. He's got multiple sentries. He's made 2 shield batteries already. Okay, he's going Phoenix.
Time.
State.
Where do I?
I am the heart. State. I am here in the shadows. Very well.
I'm not going Mass Phoenix, guys. That is not happening. I thought I was just gonna make the one Phoenix in case he went for an Oracle, but he did not. He's going Phoenix instead. So I'm gonna take a 3rd base.
I am here in the shadows. I am here in the shadows.
The reason why we're doing this is because I do think that he can't punish me for this if he goes Phoenix heavy. I don't think he can. Oh shit! My sentry's still alive. Whoops! I thought my sentry died. Oopsies.
Heart of darkness. I am here in the shadows. Very well. Fury for the reckoning.
Okay, he killed 1 probe to lose the Phoenix. Not a good trade. And now he also knows that I'm on more bases than him. Guaranteed.
I am here in the shadows. State thy. We are. I am the voice.
Okay, this is enough stalkers. Let's start going into let's start going into Templars and charge lots.
I am the heart.
Mineral field depleted. Your probes are under attack.
We lost 2 Phoenix there that time. Not good. Things like that are expensive.
Assault de Templar.
I am.
The merging is complete.
We are one.
I'm sending 1 zealot across the map. Go and scout him, see what he's doing again. But now we're just, like I said, we're going into Archons and charge lots. This is like the Protoss way. This is what I've discovered is the Protoss way. Let me show you the way.
Embrace the glory
Let's charge that Archon.
Research complete.
He stopped my dude over there, so I'm just gonna scut him. Oh, he can pick it up again, but he's not. I guess he thought it was gonna die.
On the waves of justice. Where do our enemies lurk?
Cassar de Templar. Cassar de Templar.
Veraku.
Cassar de Templar. My light for hire.
I am the voice.
I return to Silver.
Let's push.
Very well.
Upgrade complete.
Grab the Zanagas, make sure he doesn't see it coming from a mile away.
Sirahak.
He does not. Let's try to bait him into a bad fight.
Require my
Okay, now he knows it's coming. He just scouted that.
You require
Mineral field depleted.
Hold on.
it shall be as you say. State thy bidding.
We're in no rush. We're in no rush. I want to kill him obviously, but
You require my skill.
I'm actually already transitioning again anyways. It's not like I'm just gonna stick myself on one comp and be like, that's all I'm doing all game. No, 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 no.
Mineral field depleted.
We have options.
Engaging the enemy.
Very wise. Intriguing.
We embrace the glory of
There he
battle.
is.
I live on.
We embrace the glory of battle.
That disruptor hit was huge. I just we got both our armies stuck in like a choke point, and then the disruptor just blew up a shitload of stuff. So like I said, we're not in a rush. I am doing a composition that could potentially just end the game, but I'm not in a rush. What I'm really doing is I'm transitioning into something that could end the game even harder later on. I'm not just gonna go charge lots the whole fucking time. I'm actually switching into Tempest Disruptor now. With my current existing army, we're gonna start going into Tempest Disruptor off of charge lot, off of the initial Blink, and then charge lot Archon. The initial Blink, we chose that because our opponent went for fast Stargate, so we decided to go for a fast third as a reaction to that and go Blink to cover my base. And then as a result of that, he goes into ground, I go ground. Charge lot Archon for both of us. It's just standard Protoss versus Protoss. But then he starts going into another robo, multiple robos. He's going to basically increase the count of gateways he has eventually somewhere. Right now he's only got, he's got 8. He'll probably add in maybe like 2 more gates somewhere, or maybe even like 4 more gates somewhere. And it looks like what he's going to do is he's going to just keep going charge lot Archon Immortal for the whole game. But what we're doing, like I said before, is we went Stalker into charge lot Archon Immortal. We don't really have a ton of Immortals. We had like 2. But now we're going into Disruptor and Tempest off of our gateway count, which means we're going to go Disruptor, Tempest, charge lot, and even DT. And our composition will eventually become Mass Tempest with support of Disruptors. If he goes mass air, I get Archons as well. If he doesn't, I just go Tempest Disruptor, and then my counterattacks will smack his base with Charge Lot DT, which is where all my gates will then be useful for. Can you show the Disruptor hit? I think we killed a few Zealots with it, and we also popped the shields on an Archon. So we're going to pop like a couple of Zealots, a Sentry, this Archon, this Immortal, and this Immortal are all going to get popped as well for a little bit of damage. We just eliminated like 6 supply, and we just fucked up the other ones right here. These are power units, by the way. Immortal and Archon, they're the power units of this army composition. So we basically just crippled like half of his composition here. Because he's got 12 units, okay? He's got 12 units that are power units. We have 7. But we have 17 Zealots versus 3. We have way more Zealots than he does. So, and also we have a lot of Stalkers, which can kill power units as well if the Stalkers themselves are not being hit. These are kind of like Hydras in PvP. But what's kind of happening here is he's moved into a spot that's not the greatest. We have superior supply by quite a bit. He's taken a bad fight. You can't really retreat very well against this kind of army because Charge Lots are the fastest unit, other than a Blink Stalker, that exists here. A Charge Lot will run down all these units, and so will Blink, and kill many units. Now, sorry, I can't fucking breathe, dude. Now, with that being said, he's got 2 Immortals here in the front that are going to guaranteed die, that did not get hit by the Disruptor, but these units are getting smacked by all our Zealots and a lot of our Stalkers. These are going to die, no matter what. But now, to fall back, if you were to just stand here and go, no, time to fight, he's got an Archon up here, that's weak, an Archon over here, that's weak, 2 Immortals that are now weak. He's about to lose all of this right here, all these units, 4 Immortals and 2 Archons in the front of his army. They're all literally about to die, which means all he has left is these 4 Archons in the back and 1 Immortal, which is never going to be enough to stop my entire army, because let alone the fact that I have a lot of gateway units here. If we were to take them out, and it was just these 4 Archons and Immortal versus what I have in terms of Archon Immortal, I still have more. I have 2 Archons, or 2 Immortals and 5 Archons, which is more than 4 in 1. So yeah, it's just we had a better overall composition and control. But if the game would have gone longer and he would have been able to max out on Charge the Archon Immortal, if I stay on like Mass Zealot, I will lose. It's kind of like staying on like roaches. Zealots are kind of like roaches, or not really like Zerglings. They're kind of like roaches. They're like your meat shield for your army. They're okay if you outnumber your opponent and you have a supply advantage, but they're really shitty if that's not the case. If you have a supply disadvantage, they're actually really bad. Zealots then become kind of shitty. God damn, dude, I can't breathe out of my nose at all. Is the Disruptor Ball unaffected by Hardened Shields? No, but Hardened Shields procs when the Immortal takes damage. It takes damage first, and then the Immortal Shield procs. This guy. He's gonna start getting mad. How do Immortal Shields work? Can you explain? I'm uneducated. I'm an uneducated toss. Yo, by the way, Ryder, thank you for the
yeah.
thank you for the dodo, dude. By the way, I don't know if I said thanks for that. Thank you, dude. And Bad Zergling, thank you very much for the 28-month sub. Oh, baby. Look at all those ViBE 6. I'm so congested. Disruptor shields, or no, sorry, Immortal shields work like this. When it procs, it gives the Immortal a temporary shield for like 3 seconds that's worth 100 shield. And it has about a like 24-second cooldown or something like that. And it does it automatically. If a worker stabs an Immortal when that shit's ready to go, it'll proc the shield proc. Or if something big hits it and it slams the shit out of the immortal, it'll proc it. It just procs to any type of damage. It's no fucking regulations there. It's just, oh, damage? Proc the shield. Whether it's 1 or 200, it's gonna proc the shield. And you cannot physically cast it yourself ever. It's manually, it's never manually done. It's always automatic. There's no auto cast feature for that. It's like forced to be automatic. Spells too, yes, any type of damage. If you could say if this, if that, what's spell about this? If whatever the fuck you're saying, if X does damage, yes, it will proc the immortal shield. 100%. 100,000% though. It just gives the immortal extra durability during fights.
I am here in the shadows.
Check your base. Oh, good call. See, I could have lost again to that shit. I get distracted with chat, and then oh, well, there's Ghost Proxy. Exactly, that's a good call. Thank you. Same thing again, guys. We're fighting against that mass cycloner. Let's get Tempest. Let's get Tempest for now. I'm getting to a very scary mortal count. This is gonna be very hard for him to not get fucked by this. No, he can't scout it either because I killed the barracks. Keep making immortals for now. It's important. I'm afraid I might actually die right now if I don't do that. Okay, we're gonna go give him some counter pressure here with the Prism, Immortals, and Stalkers. And we're just gonna micro. Make sure he doesn't have a third first of all. Like he's not being really fucking greedy. No third there. No third there. Okay, Mortals can lead. They kill faster. He's going tanks now. He's going tank turtle mode. So now there's no reason why I have to break him anymore. If he's gonna start going tanks and turtling up, I'm fucking good to go, guys. And now Tempests are even better because I'm fighting a Turtle Terran here. We already knew we were playing against someone who just made about 12 Cyclones because I killed quite a bit of them and he still had like quite a bit left over. I would say 10 to 12 Cyclones is what we've seen so far in this game. So there's no reason why I shouldn't go Tempest because that's a fucking massive investment into the Cyclones. Because I do see some people in chat right now being like, why are you making Cyclones? Because they're amazing. That's why. Let me show you why.
Genetic matrix.
Let's get a couple more Stargates. And let's get a second Robo now. And a Robo base so I can go with the Disruptors. We really need a forge. Which is what we're making now. I need some cannons in my mineral lines. This way he can't go Hellions and harass my probes all day. Okay, here he comes. Trying to boost out some disruptors.
Genetic matrix active. Consciousness awakened. Our charge. I live on. Direct my vengeance. Upgrade complete.
Okay, we're checking for thirds again with our observers. You have a third? Nope. You have a third?
Consciousness awakened.
Nope.
Justice be done. My life for Iron.
I'm gonna check the other side of the map that I haven't fully seen yet. the other piece of the map. Now let's get
Genetic matrix.
whatever they're called. Overlord speed, and let's get ready to start possibly making some High Templar, because he might go Mass Vikings. So since we're going to go High Templar, let's really explode our gateway count. Let's go Vikings.
Our charge.
Your warriors have engaged
Direct
the
my
enemy.
vengeance. An armada awaits.
So this is an all-in, is what's happening right now. Backing up and kiting.
Base is under attack. Research complete.
Cool. All in is over. We have stabilized. Now he's just committing to just random attacks. Look at all these tanks. These tanks aren't really going to do too much. They might kill my base, but let's kill his vision. There we go. The front tank was the vision. And let me save the Nexus. So that was a 2-base all in right there. Tempests are just amazing at being like, I'm going to pick your army apart piece by piece by piece. And when the fight really started. So we kept looking for thirds. I never really fully went, all right, gotta fucking attack him. I gotta attack his base. I never did that. I attempted to, because he opened up with mass cyclones. I attempted to see if he was still going mass cyclones and maybe I could micro my immortals against that and leapfrog my immortals really well. But no, instead what he did was he went mass tanks with mass cyclones. He rotated out of cyclones and started going mass tanks. There's no reason why the fuck I should push into a ramp with mass tanks. It's really stupid. Like, I could play the game in a separate way. How about instead what I do is I back up, I use my cyclone, or my existing ground army, my immortals, my prism, all this shit, to help guard me while I switch into Tempest now, and I just expand. And at this point now, we have a ridiculous economy against the Terran. So even though my worker, even though my worker count is crushing his at the moment, we still have a superior supply advantage. We'll back it up and we'll even go back a little bit further. His worker count hasn't changed much, guys, in the last like 2 minutes. There we go. Now it's starting to go down because now at this point it's showing us when he hasn't really fully saturated yet. But he gets to full saturation on his 2 bases by around 9 minutes ish, because this base is starting to mine out. There are some SCVs kind of missing here because they're building shit. But if all these SCVs that we're building were actually back on this mineral line, he would basically have full saturation here. And this base is mining out. Which just, it goes to show you, you know, a defensive reaction can sometimes be an amazing reaction to what your opponent's doing. Attacking into this Cyclone tank up a ramp is probably going to go terrible. And here comes his timing. Right when he gets to my base. We just now started fighting. We have a nice 50 supply lead, or 40 supply lead. And it's a bunch of, like, if we really think about what is going to deal with the Tempest here, because it does not matter what the ground is. What really matters is what's going to win, what's going to deal with this. This is my primary unit in my army, is Tempest. The Raven can help a little bit. The Vikings can help a little bit. There's only 6 of them, though. And the Cyclones can help quite a bit, if they actually could get a lock on. But the problem with the Cyclones is that I have Disruptors as well. And I also have a bunch of Immortals with a couple of Stalkers in front of my army too, which is going to just buy time. Which makes the fight kind of turn into something like this. The first Disruptor shot just killed like 3 Cyclones. Immortals are killing more Cyclones as we speak. The next Disruptor hit just wiped out some SCVs. The next Disruptor hit just killed like another 2 or 3 Cyclones. And now at this stage of the fight, I had 10 Tempest. I had 10 Tempest to start this fight off. I still have 10 Tempest right now. Obviously one of them is going to die right now because it's about to get killed right here. But this is when I'm going to lose my first unit that actually matters. I could lose these Disruptors and I could lose the Immortals and I could lose the Stalkers. But at the end of the day, this is the unit that actually is going to like clean up the fight and is what's going to become a serious problem for Terran if he doesn't deal with it. So we lost our first Tempest right there. We lost our second Tempest. And we're about to lose our third Tempest right now. We lost 3 Tempests. But now, I still have, like I said, we have a good 7 still left over. Okay, we lost another Tempest, but... So we lost 4 Tempests out of 10. But his entire army is dead now. And now he's got just a bunch of tanks. And then this was a 2-base all-in, so there's really no follow-up to this. The economy is starting to bleed really hard for this player. Would you still make Tempest if they weren't buffed? I feel like that question's... like, I'll answer your question, but I kind of feel like that question's irrelevant, just because that's not going to be a thing. But would I make Tempest against people who go mech if the Tempest were not what they are right now? In the situation I was in last game, yeah, probably. Because my opponent's in a 2-base all-in situation, and I might not go mass Tempest, but I could definitely make some Tempest. Because Tempest, what they do to your opponent is they force your opponent to engage. Otherwise, they just get slowly picked apart. And if you slowly pick apart a guy who is all-inning you, because he's like periodic, like he's like trying to push you slowly here and there, you will overall hold eventually.